Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. We'll start with the headlines. The Sultanate calls on intensifying efforts to protect cultural property and heritage of humanity in the conflict areas. The Minister of Tourism reveals new plans for Huta Cave and announces the addition of 1,500 hotel rooms this year. And amid public interaction, Omani cultural days continue in the Brazilian city of Sao Paulo. Those are the headlines, and now for the news in details. His Highness Sayyid Haytham bin Tariq Al Saeed, Minister of Heritage and Culture, stressed that the Sultanate is exerting continuous efforts to protect and preserve its natural history. His Highness called in a speech before a conference titled Culture is a Tool for Dialogue, held on the sideline of Expo Milan 2015, for intensifying efforts in exchanging expertise to contribute to build capabilities to limit illegal cultural property transfer. His Highness also said that national disasters, such as what had taken place recently in Nepal, requires policies and mechanisms to provide necessary support and protection to preserve sites affected by such disasters. He pointed out that protecting sites registered in the UNESCO list of global heritage, which are located in conflict and military operation areas, represent also a top priority due to severe damage on heritage elements of exceptional value, as the case in Syria and Iraq. The final statement of the conference affirmed the significance of international consensus on dialogue and mutual respect among cultures. It also condemned sabotage acts and aggression on archaeological and historical sites that represent human legacy. A new vision for Al Huta Cave in the Wilaya of Al Hamra will be implemented, as the supervision responsibilities on the site will be transferred from the Ministry of Tourism to Umran. This was announced to the Sultanate of Oman Radio and Television by His Excellency Ahmed bin Nasser al-Mharzi, Minister of Tourism. He added that this came within the context of a new perspective, which is based on the idea that the Ministry of Tourism will not implement and operate touristic projects, but give the private sector and government companies, for example Umran, the chance to do so. He said that the cave will be hopefully reopened by the end of the year. His Excellency the Minister of Tourism also pointed out that some 1,000 new hotel rooms were added in the Sultanate last year, expecting the number to reach around 1,500 rooms this year. He said that the Sultanate achieved a good growth rate of 6.6% in the sector in 2013 and 2014. He added that promoting the Sultanate as a touristic destination will be executed in partnership with the private sector. His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Salim Ba Umar, Sultanate's accredited ambassador to Italy, said that the Sultanate's participation in Expo Milan 2015 is a great chance to explore investment opportunities between the Sultanate and Italy and enhance trade exchange in various fields. He added that the several meetings and activities were held between the two sides for this purpose. His Excellency the ambassador pointed out that many big Italian companies are working in the Sultanate, and the same from the Omani side. He also said that the Sultanate is keen to attract many investors in big projects in the Sultanate, such as the port sector. 22 students participated in the activities of the National Day of the Sultanate's Pavilion in Expo Milan 2015. The visit was organized by the private sector with the aim to introduce the Sultanate's role in scientific and other fields. During the visit, the students got acquainted with other countries' pavilions and toured various sections of the Expo. The Sultanate's Pavilion embodies its approach to achieve goals of sustainable development, in addition to increase the agriculture, fisheries and food industries production, as well as achieve food safety. Activities of the Omani Cultural Days continue in Sao Paulo City in Brazil. On the sideline of the activities, the official delegation held a meeting with the Minister of Culture of Brazil, who on his part expressed his gratitude and admiration towards what has been embodied by the cultural days of civilizational contact among the Sultanate in Brazil. The official delegation also toured the cultural center in Sao Paulo City and got acquainted with various sections of the biggest libraries in Brazil, in addition to looking at books, manuscripts and documents from different historical periods. The Omani Cultural Days in Brazil carry a cultural message which aims at deepening the knowledge and strengthening the historical civilization and cultural relation, as well as increasing the area of understanding, convergence and dialogue between the intellectual and cultural elites in both countries. Still to come in our news bulletin. 70 smart car parkings and a unique idea applied by the Ministry of Endowment and Religious Affairs in the Sultanate. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Muscat Securities Market Trading Week started today, 2nd of August 2015. Here's a report by Sayyidat Binda Bukhari.
Trading started today at Muscat Securities Market on 2nd of August 2015, where the MSM 30 index closed at 6.5%, recording a decrease of 2.86 point, representing 0.04% compared with the last trading session.
First day of the week started a little bit weak, no much strong volume in the market, just slight update on banking index and the industrial index. The service index is down. Total index also is around flat today. The market are not reflecting the result of the June second quarter, which was very good. We hope see upside on next week.
The value traded securities today reached 2.26 million Riyal Omani with a decrease of 21.77% compared with the last trading session, which recorded 2.88 million Riyal Omani. The market capitalization decreased by 0.09% against last trading day by reaching around 15.18 billion Riyal Omani. It is worth mentioning that the value of shares bought by non-Omani investors reached 187,000 Riyal Omani, recording 8.31%. The value of shares sold by non-Omani investors reached 323,000 Riyal Omani at a percentage of 14.34%. The net foreign investment on the market decreased to 136,000 Riyal Omani by 6.03%. Market activities have been slow due to the ongoing holiday season as expected in this region. However, the holiday season has come to an end, and some leading financial companies from the service sector are yet to announce their financial results from the mid-year. These incidents will coincide, and the market is soon expected to pick up. Sayyidat Binda Bukhari reporting from Muscat Securities Market.
100 male and female youth from different governorates of the Sultanate showcased their scientific inventions at Scientific Exploration Center in the Wilaya of Ibra in the Governorate of North Sharqiyya. They joined scientific training courses, which is meant for rehabilitating and supporting Omani inventors. The course, in its third edition, focuses on designing and installing renewable energy projects. It came within a Ru'ya Youth Awards to support youth initiatives. With the aim of strengthening youth abilities and developing their potential, the activities of the Club Youth Camp program were launched in the Wilaya of Jailan Bani Bu Hassan in the Governorate of South Sharqiyya. The program was accompanied by a number of cultural, social and volunteer activities that aims at improving skills and potentials of youth. It also aimed at teaching youth ways of investing their free time. The program, implemented by the Ministry of Sports Affairs, was accompanied by a camp aiming to enhance discussion and constructive dialogue among youth through field activities and volunteer work to serve environment and society. Various activities and events were included in Summer Center for School Students in the Wilayas of North Batana. The center, which was organized by the Ministry of Education, aims to develop skills and potentials of school students. It also aimed to teach school students mechanisms of time management. More than 2,220 male and female students distributed in 18 centers in the Governorate of North Batana participated in the scientific, cultural and entertaining activities that were organized by the Summer Center. A new and unique idea applied for the first time by the Ministry of Endowment and Religious Affairs in the Sultanate. The automated car parking system with 70 spaces for the Directorate of Preaching and Guidance in the ministry will contribute in limiting traffic jams on roadsides, especially besides those institutions which are located on the main roads. The rainfall continued in various wilayas of the Sultanate during the last few days. Measuring stations affiliated to the Ministry of Regional, Municipalities and Water Resources recorded varied quantities of rains in the following wilayas. In the wilaya of Nizwa, 37 millimeters, in Yanqul, 14 millimeters, in wilaya of Sahar, 9 millimeters, in Dama wa Ta'in, 2 millimeters. The rains caused a number of wadis and their tributaries to overflow in the following wilayas: Hamra, Bahla and Nizwa in the Governorate of Dakhiliya, Rustaq and Awabi in the Governorate of South Batana, Yanqul and Ibri in the Governorate of Zahira. The reserve water quantities in Tanoof Dam in the Wilaya of Nizwa reached 7,000 cubic meters, and water quantities in the Ahin Dam in the Wilaya of Saham reached 3 million cubic meters. The visitors and citizens visit the Governorate of Dhofar during the Kharif season to enjoy the beautiful sceneries and atmosphere in the area. One of the ways to get in the Governorate is through the Hasek Shuwaimiya Road that has great touristic potential. This coastal road crosses a number of villages and wilayas of the Governorate of Dhofar and allows its users to enjoy the natural geographical beauty that varies among sea, mountain and plains. The visitors to the Governorate expressed that this road is a more scenic route to reach Dhofar than the Adam Thamrait Road. While covering the Salala Kharif Festival in the Governorate of Dhofar, our reporter Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubai took a tour around the rural areas in the Governorate, where he witnessed the renowned hospitality of the indigenous tribes that have resided in the mountains of Dhofar. Here's a report.
At this location of Salala Festival, one can experience a rare and extraordinary lifestyle that is set in an undisturbed locations in Oman, which is rich with a sense of history and culture unchanged for centuries. This is a typical Jabali family house of the rural population. Is made up of a bit of stones and mud and supported by a quite number of tree trunks entwined to form a structure so unique on its own, while the roof is specifically covered with grass that is collected after getting dried immediately after Kharif season. However, much of this type of rural houses appears to be primitive on the country. These houses tend to retain warmth during winters and maintain coolness in summer. One of the rare qualities of these rural houses, it is self-contained and all traditional utensils remain intact in one single entity that occupies the entire family members. On the food side, one of the most preferable one is meat that is cooked traditionally on the already hot stones and pebbles. How is this done? By having lit a firewood followed by placing those stones on it. The heat of this traditional style stays for as long as a full day. Similarly, the very stones are utilized, as it can be seen here, to warm up camel milk. It is significant to note rural dwellers prefer tea to coffee, being a habit passed over through generations. Once again, during their regular evening time, the rural community tend to enjoy together for these particular occasions, which it include a vocal rhythm of songs and poems, thus driving all presents extremely jubilant. This very community of rural dwellers, like all Omanis, have benefited a lot through governmental systems, and they remaining grateful to their beloved leader, His Majesty Sultan Qaboos. May Allah bestow upon him good health and prosperity, and may the Almighty bless Oman.
For Salalah Festival 2015, Nam Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubi'i, Wilayat of Salalah, Governorate of Dhofar.
This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Sultanate calls on intensifying efforts to protect cultural property and heritage of humanity in the conflict areas. The Minister of Tourism reveals new plans for Huta Cave and announces the addition of 1,500 hotel rooms this year. And amid public interaction, Omani Cultural Days continue in the Brazilian city of Sao Paulo. With that, we come to an end to tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, good night.